Hello and welcome to the Eugene Family YMCA YouTube channel. My name is Brynne and I'm here to give you a Hatha Yoga practice. Please consult your physician before doing any exercise or yoga practice. If you ever feel dizzy, have shortness of breath, or are lightheaded, please stop. Anything you do with me today is at your own risk. Make sure that the space around you is clear of tripping hazards. Make sure it's safe. Let's get started. So we're going to go ahead and first come onto our mat. We're going to be sitting down in the center with the feet out in front towards the short edge of your mat. You'll want to make sure that your ankles and knees and hips are all in line, so your knees aren't caving in, they're not out. And then using the hands, you're going to scoop the flesh of your buttocks away so we can begin to find our sit bones. You might have to do that a few times until you can really feel them rooting down into your mat. We're going to do the same thing with our feet, just start to press them down. As you press into your foundation, you'll begin to lift up through your spine, making sure that you've got your head stacked over your heart and the heart right over the pelvis. Place your hands behind your knees. Go ahead and start to roll those shoulders back as you begin to open up through your chest. And then settle those shoulder blades down the upper part of your back. While you're sitting nice and tall, you can begin to really sink down into the earth here. We want to start with a sense of grounding, a sense of connection. If it's comfortable, you're going to look forward ahead or maybe close your eyes. And then just start to tune into your breath. Notice the gentle inhale and the soft exhales. You might notice the quality of your breathing, if it feels fast or slow, long or short, choppy or smooth. It's really important to take this time to connect with yourself, connect with your breath, connect with your body. Give yourself permission to set all of your to-dos for the rest of your day. Place them on a shelf somewhere. They're not important here. This is your time. Begin to grow your breath, inhaling, sitting up a little bit taller, holding length in your spine. Then on your exhale, press down into your feet, down into your sit bones. Draw the navel in. Inhale, lifting the heart, expanding the belly. Staying tall, exhale again, rooting into your foundation. We'll take one more grounding breath. Inhale and exhale. Let's gently open those eyes. Notice that my spine is nice and tall here. We're going to take a deep inhale, lengthening our spine. Then on your exhale, use your hands behind your knees and begin to draw your belly and your chest forward. Then you're going to tuck your chin, round your spine, pull the belly in, and then inhale. Lift all the way back up, and then exhale, finding an undulation of the spine. Nice release for that low back. Release your head towards your knees. Round your spine, inhale. Begin to lift up again, drawing the belly, the chest, the head forward. You can feel the strength of your arms working here as well. Keep pressing through your feet. 2 more times. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, round and release. 1 more time, big breath in, lift, nice and tall. This time exhale, round and drape your belly over your thighs. Release your head between your knees. And then just let your arms come down underneath those legs. You can cradle the elbows if you can reach. Again, be mindful you're not collapsing in your knees here. So maybe you just hold onto your forearms. And just let your head hang, breathing into your back. Inhaling, feel the shoulder blades expand. Exhale, feel a release. Inhale, breathing into any sensations here. Using the exhale to soften and surrender. Just taking a few more moments here in your nice little cozy, safe love cave. Release your head as far as feels comfortable. Feel that stretch up in the back of the neck. Take one more full breath in. Exhaling out through the mouth. Well, let's release those hands right here next to your sides, and then inhale, lift yourself all the way up nice and tall. Beautiful. We're gonna go ahead and extend our right leg out in front, and then bring that left foot nice and close to your pelvis, and then sit up nice and tall, hugging the thigh towards your belly. You're gonna take your right arm around your knee, bring the left hand behind as a little support kickstand. We're not gonna go far in this twist, we're just beginning here today, so you're just going to look towards your left side. Take a big breath in as you lengthen your spine. And then exhale, just draw your chin parallel to the floor and looking out over that sternum. Keep pressing firmly down through your right leg. The toes are lifted to the sky. You can close your eyes here if that's comfortable for you. Exhaling all the way. Notice that we're not going to our furthest expression here. We're being really gentle to our spine. One more big breath. And exhale. Beautiful. We're going to come back to center. We're going to switch sides. So take that left leg out, flexing the ankle, toes upward. Bring that right foot in next to the pelvis. Again, really rooting down through your sit bones, nice and tall in your spine. We're going to take that left arm now, crossed. I'm going to be turning away from you, but listen to my voice. Bring that right hand behind you. Sit up nice and tall on your inhale. And then exhale, just gently begin to turn to that right side. We're not looking behind us. We're not going to a nice deep twist. We're just pausing here about halfway. Every inhale, lengthen your spine. Every exhale, soften in. Lots of energy still pressing into your foundation, lifting. Deep inhale. Stay here as you exhale. Gently bring everything back to center. Good, let's take that right leg out. We'll just bounce those knees just a little bit. Very nice. So coming into a boat pose, we're gonna bring those feet back in like we started. The ankles, knees, and hips are once more again in line. Hands behind your knees. Roll those shoulders back again once more, lifting through your sternum. Really draw in through your belly, finding that nice strong core. Now you can lift those heels off the mat and just stay here on the toes. Hands can stay behind those knees. This can be a nice good level 1 for you. Maybe with those heels lifted, you're gonna lean back into that boat just a little bit more. Feel your strength here in your center. And then realign your neck, gazing straight forward, lifting through your crown. Another option, keep those heels lifted and maybe those arms can float out in front. You can find lots of options here. Maybe one foot lifts shin parallel. Maybe the other one lifts as well. We're gonna pause here and breathe. Feel your strength. Notice that you begin to shake just a little bit. Those are those muscles working hard. Can you tune into your breath? Draw in through the nose, out through the mouth. Lots of strength, lots of intention in your shape here. One more big breath in. And then exhale, bring those feet to the floor. Well done, good job. Open those knees out nice and wide. Just find a gentle forward fold here. Release your head as far as feels comfortable. Nice release for those outer hips. Good stretch for those inner thighs. And a good release for that back. We'll take one more big breath. Exhale all the way. Good, slowly begin to come on up. We're gonna come onto those hands and knees now. So find your way adjusting any way that feels comfortable. I'm gonna come right here into the center of my mat. Spread those fingers nice and wide, pressing firmly through all parts of your hand. We wanna make sure that our knees are directly underneath our hips and we have a long neutral spine here. So tailbone reaches back, crown reaches forward, gazing down between your thumbs. Nice length in your neck. Take a big breath in. Moving into a cat pose, exhale, tuck your tail, tuck your chin, round your spine up. Notice your shoulder blades move left and right. Then inhale, we'll release the belly, lift the tail. Begin to lift your gaze and your heart. Keep pressing into your foundation. And exhale, pull that belly in and around. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, lifting the heart, lifting the tail. Spread your sit bones. Pull that belly in and around. Doesn't that feel nice? Oh, good release for that back. Inhale back to that neutral spine. We're gonna find a plank pose. So you can get there by walking your hands out in front of you. Shift your shoulders forward over your wrists once more. Notice that the hips come down a little bit. You can stay right here on your knees. You can even press down through the tops of your feet, press through your hands. Nice connected chain from shoulders all the way down through the core. If you'd like to go a little bit further, you can tuck those toes, lift those knees as you hug those thigh muscles, press your heels back, and then draw your tailbone towards your heels, as well as your crown forward. Get nice and long here. Feel your strength. When the body starts to wobble or shake because of the challenge, you can always come back down onto those knees, or you can tune into your breath just a little bit more. Long inhales. Belly up and in. Long exhale. We're going to move to downward facing dog right here. Drop your head between your arms and send those hips to the sky. Walk your feet in just a little bit towards your hands, and settle into this nice mountain type shape, or we look like a triangle here. Hips high, head low. We're going to allow the shoulders to move away from the ears. You're going to soften your knees pretty generously here. You'll feel your belly reach towards your thighs. Paddle out through those knees just a little bit. Notice a nice shift of the hips from side to side. That's a good release for the low back. Beginning to send some love to these hamstrings here, warming them up. We're going to pause in stillness. Bring that left foot towards your right foot, right in the center of your mat. Send that right leg out towards the sky to a single leg down dog. We're going to just point and flex through the foot. Keep pressing evenly through both hands. Strong in the shoulders. Take the foot from side to side. Just checking with your ankle joint here. And then use those toes to draw a few circles to the right and then to the left. Take that foot down and we'll repeat it on the left side. So right heel comes to the floor, left leg lifts up any amount here. And we'll point and flex through the foot. How are you doing there? Lots of work for these arms. Stay with it. Getting stronger every moment. Take your foot from side to side. Keep breathing here. And then draw some circles. Big breaths. Reverse those circles here. Take your foot back down to the floor. Take a deep inhale, rise up onto those toes, and then start to walk your feet towards your hands. Keep those knees nice and soft here. I'm going to move towards the center of my mat. Let your head hang. You might walk your feet a little bit wider, release your head, cradle your elbows with your hands, and let your belly drape on your thighs. Nice release for the spine here. Let gravity do the work here. So release that heavy head. We're going to keep rooting through your feet. Give a nice generous bend into those knees, making sure you're giving those hamstrings some love here. If you feel like you'd like more of a stretch, you can begin to extend those knees a little bit more, but I like to keep them nice and soft. Take one more full breath. Exhale all the way. Good. Release your hands. Bring the hands to the shins as you slide up halfway. Right here, we're going to find a nice strong back. So really engaging those lats, engaging those shoulder blades. We've got the rhomboids connected. We've got the belly up and in. Notice that my spine is like a table. You could drink your breakfast coffee off of it, or maybe it's your lunch here. Reach your tailbone back. Draw your crown forward. Take another big breath in. And then exhale, bend those knees and sit those hips back. We're moving towards a chair pose. The heart begins to lift. Good. Now really send that weight down into your heels. Roll those shoulders back so you can broaden your chest, open your heart. Start here with your hands at your heart. Nestle your elbows in. And then realign that neck. You can close your eyes, feel your strength. Big breaths as you connect with your foundation once more. You bring your thumbs to your heart. You can feel your heart beating. Can you feel that? If you'd like to go a little bit more, go ahead and take those arms out in front of you, one arm and then the other. Notice that I have my biceps or my upper arms forward in front of my ears, but if you have range in your shoulders, you want to lift those arms up a little bit higher, feel free to do that. So find that comfortable position. You want to keep maintaining that stability in your stance, that integrity in your core here. Feel that heat that you're generating. Yeah. Check out those knees. Are they knocking inward? Keep them moving out in line with your ankles. We'll take a big breath in. On your exhale, sit into that chair a little bit more. We're coming into a more of a balanced pose. Sweep those arms back behind you. Turn the palms to the sky. Engaging your triceps here. And then begin to peel your heels off the mat. Woo! Notice immediately those small muscles and bones in your ankles and toes begin to work hard. We're going to start to find a little movement with that upper body. We've got those arms starting to find a small pump, reaching back through the fingers, beginning to really turn on those tricep muscles. Notice that my arms are not moving very far. We've got a small, connected, intentional movement, like you're pushing upwards underneath maybe a shelf, or you're holding, I don't know why, but maybe a box behind you. Gotta push it up and away. We're gonna do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pause there, big breath in. And exhale, let those heels come down to the floor and sweep those arms up. Inhale, lengthen out of your pelvis, spread your fingers, reach. Draw your tailbone to your heels, lift your heart to the sky, and then the palms meet together at your heart. Good. Just take a breath here to connect. Press firmly through those feet. Thumbs to the breastbone again. Feel your heartbeat. Good. Let's go ahead and take a big step back to the back of our mat. From here, we're going to turn our left toes out to about 60 to 90 degrees. Pivot on your heel. You're going to take a big step forward with your right foot. So you can go a little bit more narrow for your warrior 2 here. If you know that your hips are quite open and you like to go deep, take some time to slide that right foot forward. We're going to shift our hips towards this long edge of our mat. Same with our shoulders, nice and tall. When you feel settled into your feet, pressing down evenly, you're going to reach your arms forward and back. Lunging that front knee towards your pinky toe. So really keeping that outer hip engaged here. You can turn your gaze over your right fingertips. Keep pressing through that back foot. Hug and roll that back thigh backwards. And then lift up through your crown. Let's find a little bit of movement here. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, lunge into your front knee just a little bit more. Then turn the palms up. On the inhale, we lift out of the legs. Bring the palms overhead, look up. Exhale, back into warrior 2, maybe a little bit deeper. Press down, inhale, palms up, look up. 2 more times. Exhale, reach out through the fingers, lots of expansion in your chest. Palms up, inhale, look up. 1 more time. Exhale, lunging a little bit deeper. Feel the strength of that lower body. Palms up, inhale, look up. Release your arms at your sides. Roll the shoulders back. We're going to turn that right toes in and the left toes out. We'll do the same thing, just pivoting to our second side. So again, moving the knee to the baby toe, opening up those hips, stacking shoulders over pelvis. Reach your arms out. If you'd like to, look over those left fingertips. Lots of expansion in the chest. We're going to feel our foundation here first, turning on those muscles and the legs. Take a big breath in. Exhale, maybe a little bit deeper into those legs, and then we'll start to move. Turn the palms up, inhale, look up, reach up. Exhale into warrior 2, maybe a little bit deeper. Press into the feet, inhale, palms up, look up. Beautiful. Exhale in. We're going to do 2 more just like that. Inhale, reach, and exhale. Lots of movement for our shoulders here as well. Good range of motion. Inhale, look. Exhale, settle into that warrior 2 for just 1 more breath. Deep inhale. And exhale. Pressing out through those legs, we're gonna lift, bring those arms down, give the shoulders a little roll out. We're gonna toe, heel our feet in. Coming into a tree pose. So finding mountain position, standing nice and tall. We're going to shift our weight to our right leg. We're going to go ahead and turn our left knee outward. And then stack again those shoulders over the pelvis. So this can be your level 1. You're just propped up on those toes. The knee is open, hips begin to open. You can take those arms up towards the sky in any position that feels comfortable. Imagine that you're really reaching out through your branches here, spreading length out through all of your twigs and letting those leaves grow. If you'd like to go a little bit further, you can bring the foot up to the lower leg. And another level 3 might be bringing the foot high up into the inseam. You're going to use opposing movement here, so really pressing the foot and the leg together. Finding a gaze fixed. Good. You can challenge yourself even more by closing your eyes. Ooh. See what that feels like. Notice how that changes the experience entirely, and also change your perception, your perspective on your practice. Bring a little bit more playfulness in. Take another big breath in. Exhale all the way. Go ahead and gently bring those hands back down to your heart, and we'll release that foot off of the leg, place it on the floor, shake it out. Coming into our second side, standing in that mountain position. You begin to shift your weight to your left leg. We'll turn that right knee outward. Heel against the ankle. We're still lifting up out of the pelvis. Bring your hands to your heart. So this is your second side. You're familiar with the first side. Your second side might look the same. It might look different depending on your balance today, depending on the range in your hips, your knees. So again, finding what feels best for you. I'm going to bring my foot up high. We never want to press the foot against the knee joint. So you're going to go high or low, below that knee, up above. And then when you're ready to, find that focus point, let your branches grow. While you're here, tune into your strength, maybe even connect with something that you feel grateful for. I'm grateful for you joining me today. Take another big breath in. Exhale all the way. Push down into your foundation. Begin to bring those hands all the way back down. And we'll go ahead and bring that foot off of the leg, take it to the floor and shake it out. We're going to be transitioning now down towards the floor, but we'll do that by way of malasana or yogi squat. So stepping those feet a little bit wider than your hips. I'm going to actually turn this way, but I want to show you what your stance should look like, toes out turned. So I'm going to turn this way, my feet are a little bit wider. We're going to begin to bend the knees towards your toes. So making sure that you're tracking here and settle your pelvis down. So you might actually stop here, hands on your thighs. Maybe you can come a little bit lower, bringing the hands down on the lower shin. Maybe you can come all the way down with the elbows pressing on the inside of the knees. Bring your hands to your heart and allow some weight in your pelvis here and some lightness of your heart. So lifting up, pausing as you breathe. You can close your eyes here. I love to close my eyes in this squat. Really allows me to connect with my inner strength, as this is a balance challenge. Take another full breath here. Exhale all the way. Now open up your eyes to help you coming down. I like to bring my hands behind myself to assist down into a seat. Let's bring those legs out in front again. Give yourself a hug and a squeeze. You can rest your forehead towards your knees, rounding through that upper back. Take another breath in and exhale out. We're going to transition all the way down onto the spine now. You know that as we get kind of down towards the end of our practice, once we come down to the floor, you know that we are winding down, and that's what we'll be doing today. So you're going to go ahead. I've got to adjust my mic though. Just one moment here. We're going to just begin to slowly roll down. You can place hands underneath the knees, tuck your tail. Coming down one vertebra at a time. You might even need to scoot yourself towards the center of your mat here. Walking those feet a little bit closer towards your buttocks. And then bring your arms at your sides, bending the elbows. Notice that my fingers are looking straight up. You might need to take a peek at me here. Palms are facing inward, fingertips to the sky. From here, you're going to press down into the mat with your upper arms and lift your upper back. Bring the shoulder blades together. Woo! Now we're kind of up onto those shoulder heads. Release your arms, palms down. Looking straight up with a neutral neck, we're going to press into the feet and lift the hips to our bridge. So you can stay right here. Move your knees forward and then slide your tailbone towards your knees. Try not to clench your buttocks here. Find your foundation. Press through the feet, press through the arms. Nice, broad, open chest. Good stretch for the psoas, your hip flexors, the front of the hips. So the arms can stay here on the floor, or you can walk the hands underneath you, interlacing your fingers. Roll those shoulders back just a little bit more. You might even begin to walk the shoulder blades together just a bit more. You can find a little bit more lift. Keep pressing firmly down. Close your eyes here. Long inhales. Long exhales. One more deep inhale. Keeping the hips lifted, exhale, slowly begin to unwind those arms underneath you. We're gonna take that spine all the way down. Hug those knees to the chest, and we'll finish with a twist. Take the left foot on the floor, cross your right leg completely over that knee. You can bring your arms out like a capital letter T, or I like to cactus my arms, a little bit more stretch for my shoulders. So elbows are bent at a 90 degree. You're gonna begin to lower your knees towards the left. Now this might feel a little bit like too much sensation in this right side. If that's the case, you can unwind and just stack the knees here. So do what feels best for you. If you'd like to take it deeper, look over your right shoulder. With every exhale, see if you can melt the right shoulder blade to the mat. Letting go of any tension. Finding a nice unwind. Tune into that belly breath. Expansion through the rib cage, expansion to the abdominals. Exhale all the way. Gently bring that head to center, and then use your core strength and awareness. Bring those knees back to center. Unwind, hug the knees to the chest. Give yourself a little side-to-side rocking, that feels good. We've got to balance out that spine, so we're going to take it on the other side. Place those feet on the floor once more. Cross the left knee over the right. Bring your arms out to a position of choice again. You can find that T, you can find that cactus, keeping the head looking straight up, neutral neck. We're going to take the knees towards the right. Just waiting to settle in here, noticing sensation. Ease off if you need to, and maybe you turn your gaze to the left. Good. You can close your eyes here. Nice full breaths. Every exhale or release, soften and unwind something. Let's take one more full breath in. Exhale all the way. Gently bring your head to center very first. With your core awareness, the knees come back to the center. Unwind those legs. Hug the knees to the chest. Another rock from side to side. And now it's time for just a little bit of release. So go ahead and take those legs out into Shavasana. You can extend the legs. If it feels best for the low spine, you can keep the knees bent, maybe knocking those knees together to release through the flexors. But I like to take my legs out, turn the toes out, opening up those hips. Arms at your sides with the palms up to receive. If you feel like you need a little bit of grounding today, feel free to turn those palms down. Closing the eyes here, we'll just take a few moments to connect with our sense of strength, our sense of capability, our sense of being able to tune into peace and health. Begin to notice that breath flow into the body, expanding the belly. Open your mouth on your exhale, release. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, expand the belly on the inhale. Open the mouth, exhale, release. We'll take 1 more breath together today. Inhale. And exhale. Just pause in the stillness, this safe place you've created for yourself. Breathing in love. And exhale love. For yourself, for others. Now you can feel free to stay here as long as you need to, but we're gonna call it good and wrap it up here today. So go ahead and gently wiggle your fingers and toes, bend those knees, and then assist yourself onto your side. From here, you're gonna press down into the floor and you lift yourself up to a comfortable seat. I'm so grateful that you've joined me here today. I hope that you enjoyed your practice, that you come back and visit me again. Roll those shoulders back, sit up nice and tall. Let's go ahead and bring our hands at our heart. Close your eyes for just one more moment and tune into something that you feel grateful for today. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for my healthy body, and I hope that you feel grateful for your healthy body. What an amazing gift that we have, these bodies, to move in the way that we do. Thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.